first started drinking coffee, it started with kind of like experimenting. Sometimes I just liked having a beverage in my hand, and so I would try to get things like ice caps or iced coffee, like coffee flavored sugar milk drinks, and then just kind of escalated from there. And then one morning I woke up and I had an assignment due that day, and I was like, I'm gonna drink actual coffee today. And so I just drank a cup of coffee that morning, and then I drank 4 more cups of coffee that day. And then next thing you know, you're drinking like 8 shots of espresso in a shift or something. So it happened kind of quickly. Drinking coffee has changed my life in that I have more energy, but also when I don't drink it, I have less energy. Also, it's kind of, you have to kind of balance where your headaches are. You know, is it from drinking too much coffee? Is it from not having your coffee of the day? So there's definitely a fine line that I have to walk now that I've brought this upon myself.
And how often do you drink coffee?
I drink coffee at least once a day. On a good day, I'll have a few coffees, but usually at least once a day.
Would you recommend drinking coffee to other people?
I would recommend drinking coffee because I enjoy it, but also I do have a lot of respect for people who have gone this far in life without drinking coffee because clearly they're functioning without it. So, yeah.
It actually started when I was 12 years old, and it was after service, and my grandma came up to me and she gave me a big mug of coffee, and I remember I drank it and I absolutely fell in love with it. So every day after that, I would have 1 coffee a day without my mom even knowing. And then after a while, my mom found out and she tried to cut me off of it. But I would just go to the bookstore, go to the coffee shop down the road, and I would just get myself my own coffee. So my decline was very fast, and now I kind of rely on at least 3 cups of coffee a day just to function. So that's a little bit of my story.
Okay, and what happens when you don't drink coffee?
Well, funny thing was, in my Omega year, I actually got really sick, and in the middle of the night, I remember I went from the bathroom trying to like cool off my face because it was flushed and I was just absolutely out of it. And I remember I was walking to my room and all of a sudden everything went black, and then 2 hours later I woke up from the ground and just crawled back into bed. And yeah, so apparently I pass out if I don't have it.
Wow.
That was an Omega. Yeah.
Any advice you'd like to give for people who are debating their coffee journey?
I would say try some of the nice pour-overs because it's not as strong and there's not as much caffeine as some of the other coffee brands that I like. And it just has a little bit more flavor, and then you can appreciate coffee even more than just trying to put lots of cream or sugar into it. But I'm a huge advocate for Death Wish coffee, as I probably have at least 2 bags in my room right now. And yeah, you can have it through AeroPress, you can have it through pour over, or I don't mind it even through a percolator, but yeah, it's probably my favorite coffee to wake up to. So yeah.
So how did you start drinking coffee?
I think it was back in my Omega year, and my intern, Courtney Hansen, just slowly started to make me try some coffee. Just gave me some coffee here from the bookstore. We went to Starbucks a lot. That's kind of initially how it started.
And how did you get to the place where you're at now?
I think it started with like lattes, grande, like we call it grande blonde. That was the name for it, and very sweet drinks, lots of cream, lots of sugar.
So what do you drink now?
I try black. If it's like church coffee, then I have to add cream and sugar. But if it's like good coffee, then I can drink it black now. I do enjoy lots of caffeine, so I often will get extra shots of espresso.
Can you tell us about how you realize you had an addiction?
For most of the time, I was in denial. Many of my friends would try to have sit-downs with me and chat with me about my addiction. A lot of them would call me out when I had 3-4 cups of coffee a day. And then I kind of just kept denying the fact that I was addicted because I really didn't need it to get through a day. But eventually I kind of realized that if not, I am dead inside, and I need my coffee. And so I kind of moved more in the direction of accepting that I am a coffee addict.
So any advice you'd like to give people who are in the denial stage?
Just accept it. Yeah, embrace it. Do not be ashamed of the coffee.